Just so y'all know, right off the rip, we were gonna actually be down at the Donald Trump. Ah, man, I'm trying not to say this guy's name. We was actually gonna be downtown. He's supposed to be giving himself up today, but then I realized one or two things. The first thing is this: he's supposed to be giving himself up the other day, also, right? So, couple of things I want to say about that. But I want this to be. This is open. I forgot to write open discussion, didn't I? This is an open discussion video. Open discussion. There's a couple of things that I want to say about the ex-president. There's a couple of things that I want to say about the new president's wife, apparently doing some weirdo shit. And there's a couple of things that I want to say about the situation in which the new widow's wife is the new president's wife is doing some weirdo shit about. So I want to be clear. We're going to talk about Reese. Pardon me, Angel Reese. We're going to be talking about her today. And besides that, I'm open to any other conversation. This is actually an open discussion conversation. But before we get to anything else, all I want to say is I wake up early this morning. I get up around, it's like 5:30. I don't know, 5:30. It's before my alarm goes off. So I get up and I'm like, you know what? Why don't we go downtown and cover the actual situation that's going on with the ex-president, whatever the hell they're gonna do with him. So I get ready to go down there, and then I realize something. One, we don't even know when he's gonna show up to the building. We don't know if he's gonna show up to the building. And then I read somewhere that they're not gonna have him in handcuffs, and they also they're not gonna give him a mugshot. So there's no telling what's going to be down there, but I'm pretty sure anybody else's intel on this is going to be just as good as mine. On when we find out when they're going to actually be having court on days that Trump actually should be showing up, I think we're going to beat everybody down there. We're going to be down there on those days. We're going to get into the courtroom. But I don't really want to cover this topic, but so much other than if we actually get in the courtroom. But this is the thing that I wanted to say about this real quick, and then we're going to move on. So the president of Mexico speaks, and the president of Mexico, and believe me when I tell you that this has to be a sentiment that's shared amongst other presidents and other ruling parties of other nations, that they think it's absolutely hilarious that Donald Trump is being arrested for the reasons in which why he's being arrested. And the only reason why this is happening is to prevent him from running for president again. Now, I just want to be clear about this. So you're trying to tell me other countries know that all of this is BS, and the people that live in the country, like, do you understand how other countries look at America? That's the point I'm trying to make. Do you understand how other countries is looking at us? Like, what the fuck is going on over here, fam? And if I'm not clear on that, go check out what they're doing over there in Europe and Africa. When everybody is starting to decide that they're not going to use the freaking the dollar no more. And just so we can even be clear on that, Japan plans on paying above the cap for gas and fuel. So y'all really understand what's going on while y'all out here backing these Democrats? And whoever I've been telling y'all is the bad guy for the longest, they're out here backing these Democrats. Do you really understand what's going on out here? I don't think people really understand what's going on out here, but we'll get away from politics. Shout out to Problematic dropping all those frauds. Shout out to Tiandre Willis Sr. dropping all those frauds. We're going to get away from politics, but we will show up in the court. I think that I am going to actually show up in the courtroom, and those are under the only guidelines. Depending on if we show up in the courtroom, we're going to go a couple of days maybe. And depending on what happens, depending on what comes of that is whether I decide if we're going to go any more days. How interested you guys are in it at the very least. All right. So I want to say something about this Angel Reese situation real quick. I want to be clear on this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. The shit that they did, they've been doing this in the news forever. Y'all think this is new? Like, this isn't new. Hold on. Let me just, okay, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of sports news history real quick. So there's this guy named Jimmy the Greek, right? So Jimmy the Greek, for everybody that don't know, he used to be on CBS. He was a sports. He was like a betting guy, like, you watch to see who to gamble on, shit like that. So his name was Jimmy the Greek. So what happened was, I believe, I forgot who the athlete was that he was speaking on, but he was speaking about the black athletes in general. And he said the reason why black athletes are superior to white athletes, he says, is because of slavery. He said because of the genes that's been passed down to black people through slavery, that's why black people are better athletes than white people. He said this in the 80s, by the way. That's why black people are better athletes than white people. And so it was a big thing made about it. He's dubbed, he's fired, he's up out of here. Why am I bringing that up? Because these people that just did that to that young lady need to get the same energy. And you want to know why? Because he wasn't wrong. He literally just said that black people have been engineered throughout the years, the hundreds of years, to be able to take more pressures on their body and sustain as far as America is concerned. Because in other countries, I'm pretty sure that there's people that's been oppressed in other countries. And if you go to other countries, they have similar difference to the people who haven't been oppressed. Just so we could be clear. There's black people aren't the only people in the world that were slaves. That's all I'm saying. So these people that's treating homegirl that way should get this same energy. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when Jimmy the Greek said this, he was not supposed to get ostracized. Black people that play sports should have got raises. So do you understand what a racism actually was? You had a sports bettor, the guy that bets on sports, one of the best sports gambling betting guys in the world, basically telling you that blacks are better athletes and explaining to you why he believes so. Do you understand who he was really under attack? Not black people. He just explained to you why our value is higher than we even think. But what did black people do? Black people went against Jimmy the Greek because what he said sound racist. You know how racist it sounds for those rat bastards to say that when she did that she was doing some kind of classless act? First of all, that comes from a white wrestler who got the idea of doing it from Tony Yayo. So blame all of this shit on Tony Yayo. So just so we could be clear, the reason why John Cena started doing this is because he says there's a Tony Yayo dance where I guess he's going like this. But when he said he was going to do it on television, he wanted to make sure his brother could see it. So he acted it out a little bit more. And that's what this "you can't see me" shit comes from. So just so we could be clear, when the white Caucasian basketball player did it, there was no issue. But now when the black basketball player did it, they said 48 hours later. I don't know if that when the other lady did it. When she does it, now that's a reason for this young lady to be ostracized and kicked to the curb. So that's just something to think about. Just so we could be clear. So I think the people who came out against her, I think they should all be condemned by whatever black media there is out there. And this is what it's called. You know how you have people that say they're activists for this, they're activists for that, they stand for this, they stand for that. Fine, I get it. But when you stand for something, that also means that you have to speak out against these little things or things that you might consider little also, because you stand for something. You can't say I stand for this only when it comes to my doorstep. When it's not on my doorstep, then I don't know how I feel about it. But if you bring it to my attention, then I'll tell you how I feel about it. So in other regards, in any regard, shout out to all of the people who stepped forward and to mention this. because this is the little bit of racism that we don't acknowledge and we don't pay attention to. And often the problem with the black community or with our community, sometimes I might even fall victim to this, we all do, is sometimes we cater to the individuals that's actually doing the racism, and we're not paying attention to the individuals that actually want us to open our eyes and see what the hell is going on. Jimmy the Greek was basically saying that black people needed to be paid more. He lost his job. Why aren't these individuals being held to the same standard? That just badmouthed that young lady. They didn't say they didn't agree with her actions. They trying to absolutely trash her. And for everybody that don't know, currently the president, the first lady, talking about she want to invite both teams to the White House. What the fuck are you talking about? Women's sports ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna explain to you right now. You can hate me all you want. Women's sports ain't going nowhere. Because in order for women to get anything, it has to be all inclusive, which is not fair. Hold on, I'll get to that in 2 seconds. So hold on. So in order for women to win at anything, it has to be all inclusive. That's not fair. They did that to their own movement, the feminists, not women in general, but the feminists did that to your own movement. In order for women to win at anything, everybody has to be included. So that means that women don't have nothing to themselves. I never understood that until I was dating a woman that has small kids. She couldn't even go to the bathroom without leaving the door open. Women don't got nothing to themselves. Nothing. Now, every time a woman gets something, you also has to give it to the entirety of the LGBTQ community. I don't know how fair that is. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how fair that is. That doesn't sound very fair to me. You take something that women 100% need. You know that they need it. But we're also going to dispense it amongst all of these people that don't need it. Diluting the whole idea of doing whatever the hell you did in the first place. So I'm not here for that. So homeboy or all of the people that was tearing that young lady down, they need to be held responsible. And people got to speak out and don't let it go nowhere. That's just the way I feel on it. And the first lady deciding, I think her name is Jill, deciding their name is Joe and Jill Biden. That can't be true. Sheesh. Okay, so we got to stop this giving people trophies for participation. I hate that. That's taken away from the accomplishment. People, imagine going your whole life to try to accomplish something. You know, this is your next step on goals that you set forth for yourself. This isn't the pinnacle, but this is a very important goal that you set and you work hard for. But you got to share it with people that don't deserve it, that didn't work to win it. But you got to share that moment with them. You know how effed up that is? Don't even go. Let them go party with the dudes that the second place guys. So they could truly be a laugh out loud. Oh shit. So they could truly be a laugh out loud presidential party. Golly, she's fine. So they could truly be a laugh out loud political party. Truly. Problematic says Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. We haven't been talking boxing in a long time. For everybody that don't know, Errol Spence is one of well, he got into a couple of accidents and everything, but he was definitely the top tier welterweight. They still at welterweight, right? Top tier welterweight. Obviously, I know about Terrence Crawford. You said that they're gonna sign the date June 17th. I'm gonna tell you what happened in the what I believe happened in boxing just in general. One, I think COVID hurt boxing because now you can't fill the arenas. Remember, they make a lot of money by filling the arena, right? So you weren't really able to fill arenas. You weren't able to have people exercise and work out to their fullest like they would normally. Um, I'm a big Errol Spence guy. I think Crawford is probably the more skilled fighter, but Errol Spence wins off of willpower. You could tell when somebody gets hit with willpower. Errol Spence throws his punches with willpower behind it. You could tell the difference. There's a big difference. They have, I guess sometimes people call it intention. Like he's throwing the punches with intention. You could tell the difference when somebody has willpower behind it. Um, there's a big difference. It's astronomical. It could be the difference between play fighting and it's a big difference. That's why your heart. You never know what somebody is struggling with, right? So you ever see those people that they just break things all the time by accident? You ever seen those type of people? Like they just always like around the house breaking shit, and it's not on purpose. It's really by accident. They're not trying to show off. They might not be the most physically opposing person that you might be able to lay eyes on, but you see them just breaking shit all the time by accident. There's a reason for that. Problematic said my money's on Crawford this one. I'm a big Spence guy. Smack the share button, share the stream, the Twitter, expand the audience. Yeah, share it to everywhere. We didn't have no big. I haven't been doing tonight shows lately. So I was going to. I'm gonna tell you. So last Thursday, I was going to an event. It was, I believe, in Harlem. Train don't stop. The train goes past the stop. So now I got to get and go on the other side of some shit. It's just certain things. If I say, I'm gonna sound like I'm just. It's you're not gonna believe me. It's gonna sound like absolute insanity. You just sometimes my life is you gotta be there. I guess that's the best way to put it because some of the shit that happens to me, it makes or some of the shit that happens when I'm around, I don't know what the fuck how to put it, but it just is not explainable. I need a body cam. I think some people are trying to send me to jail. I think some people are trying to get me caught up with the law. Somebody ran up on me the other day and started yelling shit at me to try to get me to hit him. It just looked so fake. I started turning around and looking to see who was filming the shit. I ain't lying to you. And then I got the fuck up out of there. So if y'all wondering why I wasn't on live for that reason. Anyway, I wasn't home. I was in the middle of Manhattan. I was like down near like 80. It was at the 86th Street train stop on the 5. It was just I was going to a thing. I immediately turned around and went home. Yeah, no, I was going to a thing. I got off that stop to figure out how I could get on the other side, but I had to go down to 59th to get on the other side. I forgot about that. But I stopped at that stop to figure out, I think 59. Anyway, so I couldn't get on the other side at that stop. That's all that matters. So I had stopped at that stop to do that. But I forgot I couldn't do that, or I don't know how to do that on that side. And that's when everything went left. And I said, nah, I'm going home. I'm not doing this shit. Nah, fam, I'm going home. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a ladies' night thing too. So I figured there was gonna be a lot of women there. So that's why we was going. Nah, I went home. Said, nah, and the shit that the maniac came up to me yelling, I was like, so this guy's trying to start a fight. I immediately looked around. I said, I'm boxed in. Like everybody got off the train and I'm walking up the stairs and I'm boxed in. I said, they trying to send me to jail. I went home. Anyway, I don't think it was a mental. I think somebody was trying to set me up. Then I looked at the dude. It looked like all of his clothes was fresh. I said, yeah, somebody trying to set me up. He did not look like a guy that would normally have on fresh clothes. That's all I can say. Somebody was trying to, like, they dressed somebody up. Oh man. Anyway, I assume they followed me home as best they could. I assume. Anyway, because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about going out and doing something today. So I'm sitting here thinking about it. Like, yo, I'm about to go hoop out today. Do y'all want to come hoop with me? So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it. But I'm like, I know exactly what's gonna happen. Wherever I tell you I'm going, somebody is like, that shit. I don't care what nobody say. That shit was bonkers. So it's like somebody's just making it so my life is terrible. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that shit is bonkers. They trying to send me to jail, fam. See, well, I don't want a reputation for swinging on niggas and fighting niggas left and right. That's how they get you. Trying to send me to jail. They send me to jail, I can't do no lives. You're trying to send me to jail. See, I got a part of me and shit. Fuck it. I plan on going to West 4th today. We're probably gonna leave early, so I should be over there probably about 1 or 2 o'clock. Plan on going to West 4th today. If you see the dude with the dead basketball, that's me. My basketball's dead. I generally keep it that way. I might put a little bit of air in it. Yeah, I'm not gonna have no tripod with me, but if I could set the phone up somewhere and press play and record, I'll stream. That's why we're going down there. I let y'all see other niggas playing. I might, I don't got nobody to hold the phone for me. So when I play, I don't got no way to hold the phone. I don't got no way to hold the camera. What time is it now? I was about to walk out the door. I was about to start getting ready and leave. Is anything y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm here, but I'm not here. I want to apologize about that. That nigga's really trying to send me to jail, fam. May 4th, yes. May 4th on the register. Make sure I don't forget. I'll put it in the phone when we finish. May 4th, K Flock situation, gonna be there. They just found some homeless dude, gave him a new outfit, and had the nigga walk up to me screaming out craziness. I got literally walking around trying not to be sent to jail. And I got people constantly coming up to me trying to create unnecessary situations. They trying to play on who I was, not who I am. Be wary of people that try to get you to go back the old ways. Anything y'all want to discuss, put it in the chat. If not, I think I'm just gonna start getting ready. Make sure I do some stretching. And I gotta change, obviously. We was gonna go cover the situation with the ex-president being arrested. Oh, not arrested, but turning himself in. Which I think it was pure whatever that game is that they play in Star Wars on that machine that looks like checkers or chess. But Donald Trump is playing next level. Part of my language. Dude is playing next level. I think the only reason why he didn't turn himself in yet is because when he told them he was going to turn himself in, that scared them. When he told the public that he was going to turn himself in, I think that scared the people that want him to, that's going after him. All honesty. But I told you I thought they scared them. So now they don't want to give him with handcuffs, and they also don't want to give him. I'm going to explain why in a second. A mugshot is because I wouldn't be surprised if they're just trying to do that out of courtesy, out of fear that when the tides turn. But also, in addition to that, that sounds like something that Trump would love to be seen in handcuffs. Trump would love to have his mugshot out there. Tell me why not? One, he's a whole New Yorker. Whenever you heard a New Yorker complain about a damn mugshot, niggas want mugshots nowadays. I heard he said that he was gonna like put it on shirts or something and make merch out of it. They're not gonna give him no mugshot. Appreciate you, problematic. They're not gonna give him no mugshot. Or even if they was considering it, he made them back up off of that with what he said. This is next level shit, man. They know that they're gonna lose the next election, but instead of doing things that can help turn the tide in their favor, they're still steady doing all of the things that's making it so they're not gonna win the election. And then they trying to gaslight us. Shout out to the Art of D Glass salute. Then they trying to gaslight us into thinking that that's the best thing for us. I'm always careful about people that want to try to tell me who I am. I think you should be the same. I think you should be careful. I'm not trying to say that people can't tell you who they are, who you are. I'm saying you should be careful though. I'm gonna say something real quick. You know why teachers, generally speaking, dominate the teaching field? Elementary school, junior high school. You want to know why they dominate? Because women have something in them that we as men don't have. It's the instinct for nurturing. We don't have it. You understand? God has some of us able to do things at a better, instinctually better than others for a reason. I think that I think that if there's any specific profession that should be held to the highest standard of discipline and integrity, it should be a teacher. That's just the way that I feel. I think that all teachers' social media should be monitored. I think that all classrooms should have a camera that whoever the teacher, that whoever the student is, parents can access during the day while their child is in class. I think that when you have students who do not want to actually learn and they want to be disruptive, that you remove them from the classes of the students who are not disruptive. I think that's how classes should be separated. I just have a lot of feelings on this, and I'm trying to be as careful as possible because you know people like saying you saying things that you're not saying. But I think our standard for who we allow to spend the majority of a child's week with should change. Children go to school 8 hours a day, 5 days out the week. The parent probably don't see their kid that much during the course of a whole month. Pardon me. The child is spending more time at school than he is at home. One of the worst things that happened to us was when we moved to a society that have to have both parents working in order to be able to support a family. It's one of the worst things that happened to us. Our society suffers, our demographic, our way of living in many communities suffer from the child has to get out of the home and go make his life somewhere else. Not, I'm going to position my child to successfully have their own. They're allowing for you to teach the child any and everything in these schools. Some things that have zero to do with actual. What up, Latoya Hicks? I suffer everyone homeschool their child. If there was a way to only send your child to school for a half a day at most, in order for them to just get socialized with other children and then have them come home and teach them, I suffer you do that. The Democrats like to talk about how in Florida they want to oppress certain books that speak about slavery, right? I want to say something. I don't believe that American blacks came from Africa. So maybe I don't care if they're going to stop teaching that. I believe we're indigenous to Americas. So I don't care if they don't teach that, just so we can be clear. Now, what the Democrats is doing and why I don't trust them, one of the reasons why I don't trust them on this particular policy is because they're wrapping the LGBTQ community's agenda. That's not fair because not everybody that's part of the LGBTQ community agrees with this. So I'm going to take that back. I'm not talking about the LGBTQ community, but there are people that are inside of that community that want to push a specific agenda to the children. It's not everybody because I've personally seen LGBTQ community members talking. I don't know who they was talking to, like city council or something, saying that those pride flags shouldn't be in no class because apparently the pride flag directly symbolizes sex. I had no idea. The pride flag, allegedly, this is what the guy said, he was in the community meeting, said that it directly references the act. Directly. That shouldn't be in the classroom. This is what he said. I don't know about the shit. That's what I heard him say. So all I'm saying is, just so we can be clear, you got kids in China learning trigonometry at elementary school. But what are we teaching our children? And nobody sees an issue with this because we have to do the everybody's included. Everybody got to get a trophy. So even if you lose, you get to go to the White House and stand with the winners. I don't know. I'm not here for none of that. What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm not here for none of that. I don't agree with any of that. I want to know what else this government stands for that we currently have, with all fairness. They're against Trump. That's the number one thing. What else do this government stands for? Could anybody tell me? I'm here. I'm listening. Could somebody tell me one other thing that our government that we currently got stand for? Except for hating Trump. Just one thing. I would love to know. I don't know what we stand for, except for hating Trump and pushing our children to be understand the difference, understand what sex is at an early age. Exactly what it is. I don't know what else our government is trying to do. I would love for somebody to inform me. I would love to know. I don't know what else we're trying to do other than that. I'm trying to do none of those things, by the way. I'm also not an advocate of Trump I don't want any more 60. I don't want any more 80 or 90-year-olds as the president. I think that 55 is a good age to start at. And I think about 62 during your first run, 62 is a good age to like end at. Not that I wouldn't be against somebody a little bit older or a little bit younger, but I'm saying we electing people that's damn near 90 years old as the president. What the hell, fam? How many 90-year, with all respect due, how many 90-year-olds do you know that is all cognizantly there? What up, Team Moto? Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Like, what 90-year-old person you know that you could just sit down and y'all could, they all the way 100% there? With all due respect. These are the people we elected as the president. So I don't get it. So no, this isn't a let's get Trump back thing. I don't really care for that guy. But I absolutely don't like Biden. You can say what you want. Latoya Hicks says it's been happening in Cali where trans teachers are the new thing. I was not with it, so I took all mine out. Yeah, I'm not with that neither. If I came in front of you and told you that I believed I was Tyrone, I say I'm not Jack Frost no more. I'm Tyrone. You'd be like, nah, this is all a game. Like, nah, man, I'm Tyrone. I feel it in my bones. I've always been Tyrone. I've never been this person. I've never been this person. I've always been this other person. My whole life. I'm telling you, I've always been Tyrone. Right? I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just explaining. So if I had this conversation with y'all, what would y'all say? I think I was crazy. Am I wrong? I come to you up like, yo, I've always been Tyrone. I've never been no one else. Montgomery Esquire. He's like, yo, look, I've always been Tyrone. I've never been no one else. You'd think I was crazy, right? You'd think that there was something wrong with me, right? Am I wrong? If I come up to you and tell you, yo, look, man, my name, I've always been Rodriguez. I've never not been Rodriguez. It's just now I'm finally able to live my real, true Rodriguez opinion, the way that I feel about being Rodriguez. Right? And then I'd be like, I felt this way since I was a kid. What would y'all say? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to condemn nobody. I'm not coming for nobody. I'm not talking shit. I'm saying, what would you say? Now, I'm not Rodriguez. I'm one person, damn it. But I just want to be clear on this. If I said that, what would you say? With all due respect, or all fairness. If I came up and said, yo, look, my real name is Guzman. I've always felt like Guzman ever since I was a kid at all times. I just never told y'all. What would y'all think? What would y'all think? So, question is this. With all due respect, would you allow me to teach your children? Would you allow for me to go get a position at a school teaching children when I'm showing up and I'm telling the students I lived my whole life as being this person, but now I've decided I'm not that person no more. I'm this person, and this is how this person dresses. Like, would you allow for me to teach your children? So I'm not coming for nobody. Copy? I'm coming for 0 people. But I'm just saying, what would you expect? What do you think? What's happening? What's going to be made of this? What type of time is we on? So I'm not coming for nobody. I'm just saying, if I decided that I wanted to teach children, but I also decided that I wasn't me no more, I'm actually really, I don't know, Tito. I don't know why I'm saying all of these Hispanic names, but I'm really like, I don't know, Edgar or some shit. That's another one. I'm really uh, uh, Jonathan. There you go. Just they could be anybody. Could be Jonathan. I'm really just Jonathan. I'm not who I really am anymore. Would you allow for me to teach your children? Would that be acceptable? Now just imagine I said, you know what? This isn't how Jonathan Nose really supposed to look. So I go get nose surgery because this isn't Jonathan's nose. This is the other me's nose. That nose got to get up out of there. Also, Jonathan, he lost some fingers in the war. So I got to go get a couple of my fingers cut off because Jonathan doesn't have this many fingers. Now, would you let me go and I'm just saying, this is just me asking the question. Now, would you allow for me to teach your children? I'm just asking. This is just real talk. Also, Jonathan talks with a pirate accent. So now I come to class every day. I went to the doctor. I had them remove some of my fingers. I also had them fix the nose because this is not Jonathan's nose. And just so we can be clear, now I talk with a pirate's accent, matey. So this is what's going on in class. That everybody got to call me captain. So would you hire me to teach children? If that was the case, that's all I'm asking. Democrats will, apparently. Somebody needs to just go do that, not with the cutting your fingers off in the nose job. You don't need to go that far. But somebody needs to just go do that. And then when they say that we're not going to hire you, then you say this is discrimination. Why do trans people get to decide that they don't want to be women or they don't want to be men no more? And I can't just decide that I don't even want to change my whole gender. I just want to change who I am as a person. I'm only doing one of the things they're doing. I want to know what's the issue. So shout out to them. Shout out to everybody. I'm just saying I don't. That's something I don't agree with. I don't. I also don't really agree with putting mayo and mustard on a hamburger. I think that's disgusting. So I don't agree with that either. Just so we can be clear. Guys like a schizophrenic. Why not? You're missing the point. So you're calling trans people schizophrenic? I'm not. Yes, schizophrenic, multiple personality disorder. But I'm not, just so we can be clear. I'm not calling no trans people schizophrenic. I'm just saying this is what they do, correct? They decide that the thing that they are, they don't identify as that no more. They identify as someone else, correct? I'm not saying anything wrong, am I? Am I saying anything wrong? If I'm saying something wrong, please explain it. I hope I'm not saying nothing wrong. They decide that they don't identify as the name and gender, right? How was you putting it? I describe the thing which is schizophrenia. I know what I was doing. You didn't think I knew what I was. I knew what I was doing. I described the thing, which is schizophrenia, but forget that part of it. It's 100% what's being done that some people don't want done in classrooms. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, please explain. I would like to know. Pardon me. I'm here. I'm listening. Am I wrong? Because why not did the face palm? Oh, yeah. So I'm just asking. Yeah, nah, I was just asking. I'm not shooting at nobody or nothing like that. And first of all, if I thought somebody needed assistance with anything, I would want them to receive that assistance. I wouldn't want them to not receive that assistance so I could point and laugh at them. That's not what God wants us to treat each other. So I'm not saying that anyone needs any assistance either. I want to be clear on that. I'm not accusing anybody of needing anything. I'm just saying also, just so we can be clear, if someone decides that the person they are, they're not that person no more. They a whole different person that looks different. They like different things. The favorite color change. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what's happening. But would you want that person to then be a teacher to your child? I'm not sure that most parents would want that. I think a prerequisite to teaching children should one be knowing who you are. That is important, correct? Like how you gonna teach the kids if you're not 100% sure with whose yous are over the years? I think I feel away because they was just attacked by I think their community, like for real on the train. Like it was bananas. Like I really want to tell y'all what happened, but I'm not. Like it was bananas. Like it was bananas, bananas. It was fucking bananas. It was bananas, bananas. I think they're trying to make me go to jail. I think it was bananas, bananas. It was fucking bananas. I don't know if it was banana. I don't know. You can't imagine how fucked up I am over that shit. It was one of the. It was. I can't wait till the random good shit starts happening to me again instead of this random wacko shit. Why can't some people with common sense have me on their mind all day instead of these other motherfuckers? I can't wait to be on the mind of a good-hearted person all day. That's what I want. That's another reason why it's important to me to like find a good woman. I want to be on the mind of a good person. I don't want to be on the mind of fucked up people no more. Like this shit is not it, fam. I am going to let y'all go. I might be going live. I think I'm gonna be going live outside. gonna be warm. We're gonna be outside doing things today. I was supposed to get some information on the Fetty Wap case. They never sent me nothing yet. Um, so I'm discussing children also. I'm gonna say a comment real quick. Just because I think it's important, just so we don't get lost on something. So somebody was supposed to send me some stuff revolving around Homeboy, but I haven't received it yet. So I gotta wait until I receive the information. I'll contact them at some point today. That's why I initially picked up my phone. But I want to read this comment back to you. So somebody says, just out of curiosity, you a heterosexual male, you spend a lot of time discussing LGBTQ affairs. Seems like you questioning yourself. One is this. I want to be clear on this for the person who wrote this. I am never questioning anything about myself. The only thing I question is the world around me. There is nothing about myself I question. Zero things. I can't express that enough. That's one. Two, I was talking about the affairs of parents and children in schools. So you don't think it's important to talk about children? You don't think it's important to want good things to happen for the children? So I was speaking about children and about the schools and about how I don't necessarily agree with certain types of people who they themselves tell you they have multiple personalities being teachers. Now, just so we could be clear, I was just talking about somebody who had schizophrenia, as why not was so nice to point out, just so we could be clear. So that's who I was speaking on. People who I believe have multiple personalities. And I don't think that they should necessarily be teaching children. I didn't say anything about anyone and their sexual preferences, I don't believe. It sounds to me like you're projecting. Which is fine, Mr. Wilson Thomas. Which is fine, Mr. Wilson Thomas. 100% fine. I grew up in a situation that was so effed up that I went to college so I could learn about psychology and communication so I could understand how to deal with my family. I spent 3 semesters in college for that specific purpose. And the only thing I got out of that, I got a lot of things out of that. But the number one thing that I got out of that is most of the time you're not the problem. Most of the time it's the people that are around you. Some of us get encircled by people with evil intentions. So you'll think there's something wrong with you, but there isn't. You're just talking to bad people every day. That's it. You know the question that psychiatrists like asking? Is it you or are you just surrounded by assholes? I don't know who's pushing children. I'm not saying nobody is pushing children at all. But what I am saying is I don't even think children should be in the conversation that revolves around sex. I don't think that should be a conversation. I don't think we should be having any conversations with any children that isn't pushing boys is girls. Pardon me, boys is boys and girls is girls. If it's not pushing that, boys is boys and girls is girls, I don't think we should be pushing it at all. I think that's the only thing that we should be pushing. I'm not saying that we should be ostracizing somebody that thinks differently, just so we can be clear. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying though is we should be pushing what it says in the Bible, period, at schools. I'm not saying if a kid shows up and a kid wants to be different that you're oppressing that kid. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying the overall language that needs to be spoken should be about procreation. Period. Our children need to be growing up thinking about procreation. Period. Our children should be growing up thinking about how they want to be able to have a good wife, how they want to be able to be a good husband, how they want to be. That's things that our children should be growing up thinking. That they want to have a family with 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 kids or whatever. So I'm for pushing procreation. I'm not saying to ostracize a child that thinks differently. I don't know what the schools care and or don't care about. I'm just explaining my position. I don't know what these schools care about. I don't know what they don't care about. I don't know what's going on in them. I don't. I'm assuming these people that are a part of the trans community are being hired because they have many people that work in the LGBTQ community that work in schools. So as far as they're concerned, they probably think that that trans people, they probably doing it out of kindness of their heart. I don't think anybody is hiring. If anyone, I think very few people are hiring anyone that they think is going to corrupt and hurt children. I don't think that's what's happening. I don't think that there's people out there saying, oh man, I'm going to hire this person. They're going to sure screw those kids over. I don't think that's what's happening. I think that there's just people who they all, in their heart of hearts, believe that they all belong to a certain fraternity, and therefore they have to look out for their brethren. So they're helping these individuals get jobs in fields where they've been working or where they've been, their field of expertise might lay because of wherever they went to school or whatever the case is. So I don't think that there's anybody that's out there actively thinking, let's sabotage the children's at the level that need to be to have these individuals hired. I think that it's a much grander thing. I think it's just people that they might like. Because first of all, just because somebody is confused with who they are, I'm not saying that they can't teach. What I mean by confused with who they are is, let's just be perfectly clear on this. If you think you're definitively somebody who you are not already, but I don't think these anybody that's feeling that way, if you're against that, I don't think you should make fun of them. I don't think you should ostracize them. I also don't think they should be throwing it in nobody's face. So, if somebody feels uncomfortable or whatever, I think you should allow for them to feel fucking uncomfortable. Sometimes people feel uncomfortable around certain things, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just them having their walls and their boundaries. Why do they have to take their walls down? Why do they have to relinquish their boundaries to allow for somebody else to feel comfortable? If you don't like black people, and I know you don't like black people, I'm not going to spend my time trying to figure out how to come around you. Just so we could be clear. We talk about the kids all the time over here, man. And I had a weird shit happen to me the other day. So I'm expecting that these people are gonna be chasing me down for I don't know how long. There's a new group of people following me around and chasing me down. So there's no telling. I guess next week is gonna be another group of people. There's no telling. In any regard, probably gonna get up out of here. I'm ready to go anyway. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Anything else y'all want to talk about? Anything else? I'll discuss it for a minute before I get up out of here. No. They trying to send me to jail. I'm not stupid. They're trying to send me to jail. They're trying to get me to get into a fight with somebody in public so everybody could say I attacked the person and I could go to jail. I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. And you're going to call me all of those names in the world until I do the thing that you want me to do and go to jail. I get it. I'm not bringing my speak outside with me no more. Don't worry about it. I know sooner or later y'all going to either kill me or I got to go to jail. You get it? We don't got nothing else we talk about. Everybody just enjoy your day. They trying to get me to go to jail. They rescheduling Casanova's jump off to mid-June. I might show up. I will show up. I mean, God forbid if something happened, I won't. But other than that, I'm going to show up. Can't wait for the K Flock, Nas EBK. Those cases aren't going to go to trial no time soon. But if anything happening, I'll pull up. And God says, you do the same, King. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing the same of, but okay. They're trying to send me to jail. Anyway, we're going to be at West 4th today. I'm going to go down there. Going to be at West 4th. Oh, there's a place for me. My basketball is dead. If there's a way for me to set my phone up so y'all can see some of what we doing, I'm gonna set my phone up so y'all can see us play a little. What up, Philly Finest? I'll set my phone up so y'all can see me hoop a little. But I don't have nobody to hold the phone or nothing like that. I wish I did. But yeah, we're gonna be at West 4th. Probably get down there around 1. I don't know. As soon as we get off of here, I guess I eat a snack and then get on my trek. Maybe I just don't even eat no snack because I mean I gotta go to the store. I don't want to fucking deal with them. So maybe I just get down there. I think I'm just gonna go down there. Latoya, I appreciate you. I'm doing the best that I can. They yelling all types of different weirdo shit, trying to get a response out of me in real time. I told you about the dude the other day on the train that was just staring at me the whole entire time. Then when I looked at him and I went like this, then he said, "What are you crazy?" I said, Jeff, they trying to get me into something. They trying to do weirdo shit to me. I looked around, like, what the fuck? He's just trying to do weirdo shit. All the D glasses, have a good day, brother. May God shift your energy with all positivity today. I'm hoping my energy gets shifted. I'm trying my best, y'all. I also, when I'm not around here, I could be happy in public. So yeah, when I'm around here, if I'm happy in public, they make fun of me in the supermarket. So I can't even be happy in public. So when I get from around here, I'll probably be in a lot better place. And I can't be happy in public. If they made fun of me the other day, like whenever I'm happy in public, they say they make fun of me. Like I don't understand. Shout out to them though. I don't know what to tell you. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Like this shit is crazy, crazy. Yeah. So that happens. So now, even if I'm in a good mood, I try not to let them know. So I'm not even laughing. Pardon me, I'm laughing. I'm not even. It's a fact. I'm in a good mood. I try to go over there and not let them know. Every once in a while, it slips out. But generally speaking, I try never to let those people in the supermarket see me in a good mood. I mean, the guy that fixes my food, I'm always trying to give him positive energy and positive vibes because he got to touch everybody's food. So let's keep those type of people feeling good about themselves. Like, and he's a nice guy, so why not? But yeah, nah, shit is crazy. Yeah, so I was gonna go to the whole Trump thing. I decided not to at the last minute. This is what we was rocking. I was gonna go to the Trump thing. I decided not to at the last minute. Um, decided not to at the last minute. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. We might be going live during the day. I don't know. Hopefully, especially if I'm in a good mood, we gonna go live. When I'm in a good mood, I'm gonna go live. That's a fact. I'm in a good mood. Yeah. So and that's probably why people like in the neighborhood or whatever be see me like I'll be in a good mood when we get on the live. Then when I get off the live, I'm not in a good mood no more. I gotta go to the store. Like, yeah, nah, I'm not in a good mood no more. I gotta go to the store. They gonna see me buy a whole bunch of groceries. The girl ain't gonna want to give me a bag. Then I'm not gonna be able to pay the way I want to pay. And then they're gonna try to trick me into paying the way I don't want to pay. And then apparently, and like if I don't want to do the thing, then the problem is me. So yeah, nah, get off the live here. And then that's why when you see me outside, I do not be in a good mood. I be thinking about I gotta go to the store. I do not want to go to the store. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna be outside today. I'll go live. I'll go live. We're gonna be outside today. I'll go live. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Mom Spawmers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got on this one.